Yeah. We waking them up, ain't no hitting the snooze. Pick apart your religion, I know that you choose. Part ways with the devil, I rose to a level. They counting me out while I'm counting the cost. And I'm cold like the frost on your window and dead of the winter. I know that they send the pretenders, inspired our members, but we never catch none of the shots that you sent us. And we got a ruthless method just to check it. Sayonara, goodbye, getting disrespectful. Good guy, no card for the incidentals. The damage you cause must be paid with your head. They raging war in the land, but that land is the land of the saints. God chosen people is something you ain't. Know we the tribes, and now they won't file a complaint. Confident we the saints, so the burden of proof is on you and your crew. Who are you really? I give you a clue. Who changed the face of the judges? Who live by the sword and they weapons? Who telling the lies about Jesus? Who changed his appearance and features? What country adopted the eagle? That nation, the eagle.
Just taught the Bible in a whole different language. These niggas outside town getting dangerous. Never been to London, but I got me a Cambridge. Heavyweight, big dog, got it. Try it if you want. Bible in a holster, fire in a hole. Look at the stroke, 500 though. You not the real guys like I didn't know. Not surprised if you lie, surprised if you don't. K's-R, reject, we net. You stuck, we blessed.
Hey, Shalom, Israel, Most High Christ bless. I was supposed to live, and I'm here with
Destiny.
What's your name?
JD Little John Bay.
Alright, and got Officer Daniel. We on Beard Street in the belly of the beast.
You can't tell me shit about me.
I ain't told you
nothing. You can't
nothing.
tell me shit about me.
I ain't telling you nothing.
And you know that.
I ain't telling you
So I'm
nothing.
looking you dead in your eyes. I'm that type of person.
What that mean? The question for tonight is, who do you think have a better success rate when it comes to being a single parent? The father or the mother?
I think single mothers have the best.
So what you got to back there? What you standing on when it comes to like your facts or your proof?
I just feel like at the end of the day, regardless if the father wants to be there or not, the mother is stuck with the child.
Okay, so that forces them to...
That forces them to be there. The father has the choice to be there or not be there, but the mother has to be there for her baby regardless.
What's your name?
JD Little John Bay.
Alright, and got Officer Daniel. We on Beard Street in the belly of the beast. What brings you to that particular answer? We're saying it's a single black man.
Because we are the original man. The black man is the original man. And me being a Moor, we are the inhabitants of this land.
Now earlier you were saying you was deeming your father to be what, nicer?
Nicer.
So go into why you state that.
Just because of maybe I was the only girl. He was super nice to me, super kind.
So how many brothers did you have?
Two.
And two
It's
brothers.
only three of us.
Okay.
So I made because he was just like kind to me, and I didn't get whoopings, and I was just like the only girl. Because on my mama's side, it's not like that. It's more girls and one boy. So maybe that.
So give me an example, you know what I'm saying, of something you've seen, you know what I mean? Because we know it's bad fathers out here and we know it's bad mothers out here, right? So give me like some examples of what you've seen to back your point.
I mean, honestly, when you go to court for it, the mother has to say so. The father has no say so in whatever, you know, it comes with the child. The mother has to say so.
Okay, so they're right there on top, just automatically put them in a place, okay, they gotta be the better parent.
Right.
Okay. So on your mother's side, how did your brother, my bad, sis, how did your brother turn out on your mother's side?
He was a spoiled one. The girls was like, whatever. When it comes to the boy, he get taken care of more. He get anything he wants. He get on he get on like the games and like if he wants to do something he can do it. If he wants to go into something he can do it with no questions asked.
She's gonna be the best mother ever.
So
the fuck is.
So you got a lot to say, sis. Who was you raised by?
Father.
You was raised by your mother?
Yeah,
Single mother? So what about you?
This is my sister.
Both of y'all sisters?
Yeah.
Okay, so single mothers, single mother,
We not
single mother.
We're not
Okay.
a mom, babe. We're not a mom.
Grandmother,
Single-
She's not a single mom either.
So it was between single mom and single grandma.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was switched up.
Y'all think that y'all pretty all right, right?
Yeah,
According to how they raised you.
Let me tell you something. No matter how you been raised,
Uh-huh.
no matter how you the fuck you been raised, you have your own mind, body, and Saul.
It's a decision.
So it's a choice to either be like your mama or your daddy, or be like yourself. And learn from anything that your mama didn't teach you or did teach you, and be your own person.
So I want to know how you feel about it.
Okay, I ain't gonna tell you how I feel about it. I'm gonna give you the scripture.
I gotta get your opinion on it though.
Okay, my
Because
opinion.
everybody has a different opinion on it.
Okay, my opinion is what the Bible says.
Okay, what does the
All
Bible
right?
say?
So, we gonna get God's opinion on it, because that's my opinion.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 5. And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother.
So when you're dealing with a wife and a husband,
And let's start there. Let's start there. Most of the time, people that's having babies now, they're not married.
they ain't. So if we
They're
can,
having babies out of wedlock.
we can touch that. But let's deal with the opinion first, Lord, right? We gonna come back to that. Just hold that pen right there.
Okay.
But when you're dealing with because this is how babies supposed to be brought forth anyway, right? So this is how God feels about single parents on both sides. He don't agree with it at all, right? So we finna get into it.
And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain
So they together.
shall be one flesh.
Them two supposed to be one flesh, right? And as one flesh, they supposed to raise that child up together. So single parenthood don't supposed to exist in our community.
We gotta reflect. We can't reflect on what the word says. We gotta reflect on the generation now.
We gonna deal with reality too, but I just wanted to get you the order of how it's supposed to be, right? Read that.
It says, wherefore they are no more twain, but
no more
one,
two.
but one flesh. Where therefore God have joined together, let no man put asunder.
So it says what God brought together, no man's supposed to divide. Now let's deal with some facts when it comes to single mothers, right? Because you chose single mothers. When it comes to single mothers, you understand that 70% of the jails on the men and the women's side are filled with products of single mothers, right?
And when it comes to the single black man though, can he raise a child on his own if he's in order?
Can he raise a child on his own?
Right.
Yes, he can.
Why you say that?
Because my father raised me and my brother on his own.
Right. So how does a man raise kids? Typically when we raise kids, what standpoint we come from?
Discipline.
A disciplinary standpoint. So when we coming from a disciplinary standpoint, what does that do in regards to the kids?
What does it do?
Yeah.
It gives you laws and structure in life.
It gives you what?
Laws and structure throughout life.
Laws and structure.
And guidelines that you have to go by.
And guess where we can find it at? Guess where we can find laws, structure, and guidelines?
Where can you find it?
We can find it in that book.
Bible.
So once the man got his mind intact and he's ordering his steps and his household by this book, guess what? Everything is a success for us.
All right, so read that right there.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 9. Two are better than one.
So two are better than one. Basically what you were just saying at the beginning of the statement. Two is better than one.
Because they have a good reward for their labor.
So two is better than one, right? If we got two parents in the household, instead of the bad product that we see now with the killing, the stealing, you know what I'm saying? Brothers wilding out here with their cars right now. You know what I'm saying? Our communities, how they are, is because we ain't dealing with two. We dealing with one, either the mother or the father is raised. And that balance got to be there. That father, it balanced the mother, and the mother balanced off the father. You see what I'm saying? So because we didn't stick to that law right there, then when Christ was like, you're supposed to come together, raise that baby together, the Lord allowed just madness to run through our communities. Because if you got a strong marriage, then you will have a strong nation, and then it will produce a positive product. You see what I'm saying?
So you spot on. You spot on because even you would see little kids, they would push each other, they would steal, and then you ask them,
They
did
learn
you
to
take that?
manipulate.
What they
Don't
do?
nip it in the bud.
Right.
They grow up with that seed. It's like a weed being wrapped around your leg. Anything you water is gonna grow.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? It goes beyond the mustard seed. You see what I'm saying? It's deeper than what the serpents. I don't have an understanding. I have an overstanding.
Guess who it started with though to get the community back in order?
The black man.
The black man. Give me that in 1 Timothy chapter 3. Start with verse 1 or 2. It starts with the black man. Because if the black man is out of order, ultimately the family structure and everything up under him is going to be out of order. Right. So after that, give me 1 Corinthians 11. Read what you got.
1 Timothy chapter 2.
3.
Huh?
Give me 3.
Okay. 3. Okay. Verse 2. The book of 1 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 2.
Uh-huh.
A bishop then must be blameless.
So a bishop is going into a teacher, a leader. Read.
A husband of one wife.
Supposed to have a husband or what?
Of one wife.
So do it supposed to be a such thing as called as a single parent household? When the man is in order. It don't supposed to be what we deem a single parent household. The man and the woman supposed to be together, married as husband and wife. Read.
Vigilant, sober.
Sober.
Of
Not
good.
always drunk, because you can correct your child when you're inebriated off of being intoxicated or being high. Read.
Vigilant, sober, of good behavior.
Of good behavior.
Given to hospitality and apt to teach.
And apt to teach, because you got to eventually teach who? Man. No, as the man, you got to teach who? The child. You got to teach the woman, and the woman has to teach the child. This is the book of 2 Ezra chapter 5 and verse 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places.
So this is a confusion right here. We're talking about confusion, right?
And the fire shall be all sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and minstrous women.
Because remember earlier we were talking about the women, right? The women, you felt like the women produce the best product, but today that's not what the what we see. That's not accurate from what we see, because most brothers that's really emotional, that'll kill you just for looking at them wrong, most of them was raised by single mothers. You see what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, most of the jails are filled with the product of single mothers, right? Read.
And minstrous women shall bring forth
It
monsters.
says they shall bring forth monsters. You know why? Because we stepped away from being twain and raising the kids together.
It's like men that leave the house, right? And you got daughters. If a man doesn't tell their child that they're beautiful, she ends up preying on men that tell her that. Because she's looking for a daddy figure.
Right.
It goes hand in hand.
Right, which goes back into what you feed them in regards to training them up. It's going to ultimately show out when they're in their adulthood. You got a lot of kids out here that's engulfed in a body of a man. Meanwhile, their intelligence, when it comes to knowing the knowledge of God, is mere to the point where they are dealing like I said, like kids.
So it was never meant for us to do it separately. Because like you're saying, there's certain stuff, because like
that
you
a
know,
mother can't do, and there's certain stuff that a father can't do to raise a son or a daughter.
so like a sister should never have to step out of her feminine energy at no point in time, right? Because if you was raised with a dad, you know at certain times mama say something to you, and it'll be like, okay, I'm doing it, but I'm dragging my feet.
You know,
but when
but
daddy
daddy
come
say
through and
something
say
to you, you got some fight
something, you about to run and do it.
You know?
So it's supposed to be a teamwork effort, because that feminine and nurturing spirit is supposed to be there. Like when they need that nurturing spirit, and they need that spirit of hardness as well.
Nurturer, the father is the protector.
Right,
But one thing I can say, I'm my own motherfucking person. I bet you that.
So that statement right there.
You would never see another motherfucker walking like
Give
me.
me 1 Corinthians 6 verse 18 real quick. Because you made a statement, you says, we are our own self.
Yeah.
We would like to think that way because of how we was brought up.
Baby, come on. No, hold on. This is bringing out the book, and I'm with it.
Right. So
Let's
we're going
do
to see
it.
what not what I say, not what she say, but let's get it from God's perspective.
No, let's get it.
Read what you got.
Stop with all this.
6 verse 18.
1 Corinthians 6, 18.
Uh-huh, 6 and 18.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 18.
Uh-huh.
It says, flee fornication.
Read verse 19.
Verse 19. What know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost?
So it's going into your body, being a temple of the Holy Ghost. Read.
Which is in you,
Which is in you. Read.
which ye have of God.
Uh-huh.
Ye are not your own.
It says what?
Ye are not your own.
What the statement you made?
You your own person. Because I am.
No, what God say?
Because I am.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
let me tell you, hold on.
Give me Acts 5 verse 29.
Hold on, wait, baby, because I knew that this was coming. And because they bring out the book, and at the end of the day, God is with in me, baby.
Oh, you sure?
And I'm nothing like who I was raised by or who I was brought up by. I had to make my own decisions to learn why God is in me, and I choose, baby. It's called a choice in life.
You know it's only two choices, right?
What's the choice? Yeah.
Either it's God way or no way.
Okay, and God know.
What he know? What God know? But read that.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 7.
So remember it said, train them up in the way that they should go. Read what you got.
And thou shalt teach them diligently.
Teach them or train them diligently. Read.
Unto thy children.
Until who?
Unto thy children. And shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
Read verse 2.
Verse 2. That thou mightest fear the Lord thy God.
You gotta teach them to fear the Lord. Read.
To keep all the statutes.
You gotta teach them to keep God's statutes and commandments. Read.
And his commandments. And I command thee thou and thy son.
It says you gotta teach you, yourself, and thy son. That's the next generation. Read on.
And thy son's son.
And thy son's son, your great grandson. Read.
And all the days of thy life, and that thy days may be prolonged.
It says, and this gonna have to where our generation could be prolonged with life. Read what you got.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, in verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
So you have Christ is our head. Read.
And the head of the woman is the man.
The head of the woman is who?
Is the man.
You see who the woman head is? Us. Read.
And the head of Christ is God.
And even Christ has a head. That's God. So the chain of command, you have God, Christ, the man, and the woman, so on and so forth. That's the ordering. Once everything is in its proper order, guess what? We have a properly functioning family. So, like you said, when the man mind is right, of course, the household is gonna be in order, everything gonna be in structure, but the child don't benefit from having a single mother or a single father. It was always destined for us to be one with the woman because God see that and deem that as honorable. Real quick, get that in Hebrews 13 and verse 4. That's gonna be the last scripture. Read what you got.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable.
What?
Marriage is honorable.
Because God deemed us to be married. The man's supposed to be with the woman. When he created the first man, he said it ain't good the man should be alone.
Right.
So he created the woman. Right, the weaker vessel. Read.
Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers, and adulterers, God will judge.
What's a whoremonger?
Somebody that like to have sex with multiple women.
Multiple women. What about adultery?
Committing adultery is having sex with somebody's wife.
Having sex with somebody's wife. God said those two people is what?
Doomed for destruction.
Doomed for destruction. So, but why do our people don't practice these things in our community? Because it's that hard to do. It's that hard to keep your fucker in your pants and not go forth and try to sleep with somebody else's wife.
It's not hard. It's not hard. It's just that the brothers, well, some of them, I'm not going to say all of them, some of them,
right,
their flesh is very weak.
You know what I'm saying? Every other nation, they family's in order, right? When you think about the Chinese man, the white man, the Arab man, and they understand that if they got strong marriages, they'll have a strong nation, and they'll produce better product, right?
But listen,
He showed me. And it ain't even a he.
Oh, so God ain't he?
He ain't my he.
Get Exodus 15 verse 3. We finna see.
Come on.
We finna see. Because you just talking, but when you come from the actual word, one thing about this book, because I'm gonna tell you.
One book. It's been switched up 100 times.
But listen.
That's one thing about this book.
And the most wicked people.
But listen though, hold on.
And the most wicked people
hold on,
go off the book.
You saying it's been switched.
It has.
It's still evident that thou shalt not kill stands the same. No matter how many times it was switched.
Are we talking
if thou shalt not kill, but she's skipping all over the place.
No.
So when I hear it come, I'm going, no.
The book don't got nothing to do with parenting.
I know it. I know it. So we can go back to that, but I gotta correct her on some statements that she made. So read what you got to prove that God is a man and not a woman. Read what you got.
The book of Exodus, chapter 15 and verse 3.
The Lord,
the who? The Lord
is
a man
is a what?
of war.
So he's a man.
So where did women come from?
The women came from the man.
Came from a what?
The man.
A what?
The man.
what?
The man.
Definitely not a real.
So if you don't believe in the Bible, just say that.
It's not that.
Because
Say nothing about the Bible before you called us over here.
what do you mean?
You didn't say nothing
We
about the Bible.
came with the Bible.
Well, I didn't know you was gonna pull that out.
So what you think we out here to do?
Oh no. You
So
were talking
if-
about single parenting.
So-
So
so-
let's talk about single
So
parenting.
even if we
If
go
it's
into
her
single
own-
parenting,
this is her own
we
experience.
gotta go from the Bible.
Everybody not the same.
What do you mean? Have I been not reading from the
Bible
Bible?
tonight, baby.
You know, y'all met the right people tonight.
You came to the right people.
Y'all met the right people tonight.
Oh,
So y'all think y'all talking to an average man, but we simply coming from God's word.
But that's the thing.
So guess
you
what?
going off somebody else. Go off your own testimony.
No, I'm going off
Go
God.
of what you've been through in life,
Nah,
baby.
I'm going off
Go
God's
what-
word.
What life made you. Don't go off of what that made you.
Listen, I'm gonna
Because
tell you
you
something.
bigger than that.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you
It's
something.
bigger than that.
The thought process and the mind state that you have.
It's amazing.
Listen,
Because I
no,
look
no.
great, baby.
Listen,
I want to tell you something.
listen,
I don't kill. I don't
listen,
motherfucking steal.
listen,
I don't
your
do
looks-
anything outside of my nature, honey.
Listen, your looks.
And that's why I
your
look
looks
amazing. That's
gonna
why
die.
I feel
You
amazing.
gonna die with your looks,
No,
sis.
baby.
You
No,
gonna die with your
can't
looks.
wish that on me.
At the end
You
of the
can't wish
day.
that
At
on
the
me.
end of the day,
At the end of the day. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Y'all go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. But still, single parents. This is the issue.
Single parents.
Listen, this is the issue with
What
single
issue
parents.
is?
The issue about single parent is when women raise kids, it's dysfunctional. Statistically
Listen to the question and
and
don't bring no
biblically.
book to try to come and define
Give
anything
me
about
2 Ezra
baby.
5 verse 8.
I'm 100%
Give me 2 Ezra 5, baby. Huh? Yeah, but a woman nurtured from an emotional standpoint.
Y'all came out of our
You see how loud she is? You see how loud she is? You see how out of control she is? We haven't, look, she can't control
I
herself.
can control myself,
So-
honey.
so won't you
And
do
you
that?
can't tell me shit about me.
I ain't told you
can't tell
nothing.
me shit about me.
I ain't telling you
And
nothing.
you know that.
I ain't telling you
So I'm looking
nothing.
you dead in your eyes. I'm that type of person.
What that mean?
I can look in you in your eyes.
What does that
I don't
mean?
have to look off. I can tell you what I'm
What
coming
does
from
that mean?
because of what I'm coming from.
What does that mean? You look at me in my eyes.
So I'm looking in your eyes.
What that mean?
Rather whatever you is.
So
But that won't happen.
by you looking me in my eyes, what does that prove?
I motherfucking, I know what I'm telling you.
You see,
and I'm telling you
motherfucker,
real.
you out of control.
It don't
That's
matter.
all.
You can-
Statistically, the man has a higher success rate when it comes to raising a child on his own versus a woman. But God granted us to be together to raise a child. Anything outside that is out of order. So, hey, with that, that'll be our cuts from the street. What you say your name was again?
Shady Lil John Bay.
All praise to the Most High, man. Hey, bro, you got some wisdom on you, bro.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord